Hello everyone, we will go live in just a couple of minutes. When I look to the side, I'm just looking at my monitors. Oh, sorry for the noise. I need to figure out how to not have my chair be loud in a crazy way. Probably there's a way to deal with filters and things on OBS. But I played a bit with it and I'm not 100% sure I'll make it work best. But no, that's fine. Ooh, my camera is a little bit large, isn't it? Let me make it a bit smaller. You don't interest me that much. I'm not that important. I don't know. This better. It's okay. Okay, it's half past. I think it's a good time to start. Although I have nobody live yet, I have the strong hope that people will join soon. That'd be nice. Like this. Today's goal is to finish the document we started now. Actually, let me change my stream information. We're part 4. Update information. That's great. What's that? We are on part 4 of this document, meaning that for the last 3 days, is that correct? 3 days? Man, we've been a lot in this document. We're just going through this a bit more difficult than usual, a doc, and we should be managed to finish it today. When we finish it, my plan. Hey Edwin, good to see you. Good to see you. When we finish the document, the plan is to quickly do a bit of revision of it. Like I don't hold much hope that I will understand too much more of these red bits, but it's good to just get through them. But then I want to change and go to a completely different church. A church from the area of Milan, but it's in a different comune of Milan. It's in Varese. I did it a bit last week, a similar thing. But the difference the new thing would be that I already have the transcription for that document done by a professional, let's call it. And that will give me a chance after I finish my transcription to check and correct mistakes. I'm planning to do that today and tomorrow. On that note, given that Eddie, you're watching, I'm gonna start. Hope you enjoy your work, whatever you're gonna do while listening to me. But I will go through this. I think we should be quickly finishing. Where are we at? We are at I think I'm a streamer. Your Italian is very good. Number 1 fan. You're learning very well. I wonder who is teaching you. You need to give me that number. The contact details. Okay, let's begin. Let us begin. Hopefully Daniel don't join us again today. Yesterday was quite fun to have him. But I know he's working, so. We are towards the end of the document. We have the sine omni occasioni, Milano per acqua restituere, de beatis, sine omni occasioni. Oh, there we are right here. Hey! Hello, good to see you, Lo-Fi Historian. I'm glad you stopped by. I hope you stay here and watch a bit. and maybe we should have a chat about what's your doctorate about? What are you doing? You know, what's your topic? If you wanna share, while you share, I'm gonna start transcribing. Mine is Milanese, Milan in the 12th, 13th century. I'm mostly looking at women, but of course right now I'm just doing some transcription. We are right here, which is, yeah, that's great. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, please do share. That'd be great. I'm really interested. Where we are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 lines on the bottom, towards the end. So sine ogni occasione. By the by, Lo-Fi Sir, I don't know how strong your paleography in Latin is, but if you have any experience, you might be stronger than mine. So I deeply appreciate any advice and suggestions and corrections. And as you will see, I'll probably be asking. Oftentimes I'm like, what do you guys think this means? And I always appreciate help. It's one of the big reasons why I'm doing this stream, is to get some discussion and contribution going in the paleograph exercise, and second opinions as well. I think that's this one is a quidem. Or quid, just quid if possible. Let's see a Q and a D. Quid si in persolveritis? It should be persolveritis. That's a strange one. This persolveritis, that's odd, because I assume it would be presolveritis. Mentre historian focus on solid experience South Africa. Oh, are you the South African guy that that you messaged me on Reddit? Yeah. And the word that happened. Okay. Hey, that's really interesting. That is fascinating. I would love to just myself know more about it, but you know, you got some people here watching. That would be very interesting. 1966, 1989, Nambia, Angola, Cuba, Soviet Russia, and the EU and China. I have indeed never heard of it, and I would love if you can share some resources about it, some links. Wow, okay. That must give a very different perspective, having a psychology background. Fascinating. I don't know if you're a guy or a girl. I said guy. I apologize. I don't know if you are. But this sounds great. I will happy if you have some. Is there literature on the topic at all, or are you groundbreaking directly the topic yourself? And I keep going in the meantime, because otherwise we're not get anywhere. Presolveris. Mihi. Suprascriptum. Just want to point out, this is a superscriptum. Vinum. Superscriptum. Vinum. I think it's superscriptum actually. It might not be. I've seen it before. It. Go ahead. Please do share. Where am I? Sorry, subject. Vinum et dicitur, secundum, ordine, dictor. DR is a strange one. I've not actually seen DR. Do you share the link actually, or no? You're copying it? Because I don't see any link yet in the chat. What is that DR? I assume it was, but I don't think it's digital or anything. It's too short to be that. What I'm doing now is when I don't understand something I've written, I open this beautiful dictionary of abbreviations, which has lots of abbreviations that I might not understand. Right now I'm looking at this guy here. What is it? This one. Was a DR? I assume it was someone about saying, but I don't think it is. So I'm gonna give a deeper check. Dividitor, DR dividitor. It could be digitor. Okay. No, it is part digitor. I was right. Okay. A digitor. Secundum ordinem superius dic. So there is some literature, but it's only really started appearing in the last decade. So there is still a lot to explore. My work is groundbreaking as one I studied major boredom in South Africa yet. And with a psychology angle, it's a different thing for students, of course. Also, the field work in Angola, right? I track down a site of large tank battle. I'm going to start a podcast when I'm finished my thesis to talk more about it. That's a great idea. Just to emphasize, I don't think you put the link to the blog yet, or at least it doesn't appear in the chat. In case you thought you already did. Just to let you know, the link has not appeared yet. Podcast is a good idea. Yeah, this is not the same thing at all, but I'm hoping to get some people into. All right, that's a good idea. Yeah, go ahead. Hoping to get some people into maybe interested in medieval history, or more than they are. Anyway, we are, for a new viewer, right here. Dictio. I don't know. That's weird. Dictium is dictum. Because it's an I here. Dictum. What am I saying? It's just not I. It's that you. Dictum. Quad. Ipsum. Veniam. Oh yeah. By the way. Oh, thank you. I think I got it. For your benefit, Lo-Fi historian, because you weren't here in the past few days. This document, we think, is about an agreement or a sale of wine from Venice to Milan, and that sounds for a certain amount of price, which is quite interesting. So now we were through the beginning, we went through all the details of where the wine is from and what land it was from and how much wine was given. I think now we are getting to the price of the sale itself, I suspect. And it's interesting just because I am looking myself in my research at the participation of women in transactions in the period in Milan through these economic lenses. So this is quite an interesting connection that we see between, and when it's interesting I mean, not necessarily expected or not necessarily very explored, connection between Milan and Venice, two of the, of course, very large northern Italian cities, and this is, we get some proofs from it here. Yeah, that's really cool. And I guess you introduce on their handwritten your document as well. Yeah, I think I will explore. I'm hoping to expand more of my study as I go along with these documents, because they hit my mythology. Yeah, we can. For my bibliography is applying what I've learned in university and put it into practice. My methodology for my research is I have around 5,000 of this kind of documents, and yes, don't worry, I'm not gonna transcribe them all, nor not gonna do them all on stream. That would be way too long. And then I'm basically drawing data points from, hey Heteronym, hello, hope your work meeting went well, your usual work meeting, and good morning to you. The Heteronym is from California, so it's 7:30 in the morning. I was planning to. Yeah. You do paleography as well, Lo-Fi Story. I was planning to Lo-Fi Story and a bit of my process of my methodology, which is basically looking at lots of documents and drawing data points from them, and like participation of women, where the land is being sold, or where like now we know this is from Venice. That's a data point for me. What's money? Thank you. How much money is being exchanged? There's a lot of information, as you can see, from each document, and trying to get them and do some data analysis of it when I finish and I go by monastery. So I've already done 2 monasteries out of like 40. Lots of work to be done. Let's get cracking. Let's finish this document before the hour ends, because I want to. This is Latin. Is Latin. Very, being Italian helps to understand it, and I think Edwin, that's one of the viewers, would regret me for it because he struggles with Latin. But it is Latin. Okay, I want to finish the document by the hour and then move on to a different document. I think today I have some big plans. Okay, we are, for the Trinodum you just joined, we are here, ipsa vinem, in me, et in mea potestatis remanet debeat. I think he's saying that he's selling the wine but not the vineyard, which makes sense. Ad faciende quid mihi. What's the mi? I think it's mihi. Do you read Latin, or are you translating alphabetically translator? I read Latin more or less, if that makes sense. Yeah. Very similar to that, I think. Maybe a bit further away, suspect, but quite similar to that. I'm not gonna transcribe all the documents. I read enough Latin to understand key points from the document, enough to make sense of it, and enough to get the points I want. I'm doing this especially to get better understanding what's being written, because my main struggle is indeed actually deciphering the letters here. So there's a mix here of alphabetical and knowing the Latin. Quick read, if that makes sense. Quick read mihi plaquerit. Plaquerit? I think it is like that. Sine vostra. This ura is actually vostra. Yeah, it's just for speed. Otherwise, it just gets too slow. If you try to translate everything, I couldn't do this job. Et omnium hominum. Look at this. I've never seen omnium. Besides this document, I've not seen it abbreviated like this. Generally, there's an N somewhere on it. But anyway, omnium, hominum, contradict. Remember this T and the U on top is tra, which is, I'm so glad I found out. Contradict. Hominum would be contradict. What ending would it be? Contradicted? Contradictum? I doubt it. You see, I'm not very good at the endings. Meaning, I forget which tense it is. Contradict. If there is Latinist here, let me know. Help me. Save me. Save me from my own ignorance. Does Afrikaans or Dutch have declensions like Latin, or not? Where am I? Signa. This is, I think, this is signi con. Signi. I think it's contra, hanc, donationis et. Ooh. What was this again? I asked if in Afrikaans you have declensions, like your nouns change according to the case, accusative, dative, nominative, etc., or not. I think you do. Dutch has that, like German, right? What is this? Do you remember this sign? We saw it yesterday. I forget what it means. It's like SEC, and it wasn't secundum or something else. What was it? Where was it? Gosh, my brain is like a sieve. Secum? Thanks. Yes, that was it. Cheers. Well done. Secum is the one. Thanks a lot. Very good. Very good. I'm glad you guys are here. This is really good. Makes this a lot easier and also a lot more enjoyable. What's this? Carreri? There's an R and there's like probably an ER on the side. So maybe. No worries. Just curious. I think they probably do, because in German they do, and I heard that German and Dutch are very similar. I studied German for a little bit. Not that I'm any good at it, but I remember studying declensions. What is this? Carrere? Carrere? It should be cartam. Right? In rem. And then we have Chiptarum. Yeah. All similar languages. I mean, Latin and German have lots of them similar as well. You know, I have no idea what's happening here. I might just move forward fast because I don't want to. Unless the Reno may have great ideas. IR? What was it IR? I thought before it was in rem, but. Oh, I'll tell you what irrazionale here. I don't think that's the same now. What's SOV sentences, Edwin? This is gonna be an in rem in red, because I don't know what it is. Oh, I see. Good. Good. Is this a? Because I want to say something like receptago, but there is no C. There is just. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna make it bigger. Paleography. We're here. This is a T. This is not R. This is a T. T-E. I don't know what the W is. I don't know what that abbreviates to, because it's not an A anymore. Maybe it's an A, but it's not. Let's see what the Capelli says. Let's see what Capelli says. We are this word here. I'm not quite sure what it is. Gonna go to V. Both the beginning and the end are confusing to me. Come on, not XP. This is it's called. Let me see if I can give you a name. Dizionario di abbreviature by Capelli Adriano, and I'll share the link if you're interested. But it's basically it has not all the abbreviation, but a lot of abbreviation used in medieval times. I think from like the 5th century to the 15th century, and it's an amazing resource. I think what a viewer the other day was like, it's been my lifesaver forever, and I was like, yeah, it's extremely helpful. And I'm lucky because it's online. It's online. I'm looking for VO, by the way, guys. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm looking for just the end, because often it just gives you the ending of the thing. Uti, okay. No, but that's not what I am. That's something else. Vero una vuestra veram. Like then it could be an eram at the end. Repesta veram. Okay, that could be it. But it's this is a timta veram. Or timta verat. Okay, that works. I'm not, because that might be temptation somehow. Like I don't. It's not 100% what it would mean, but I think it does mean something, which is better than nothing. As you see, low Wi-Fi storage. Sometimes I'm like, maybe that means something, but for the understanding of a document, it's not essential to actually. Yeah, timtare. Yeah. I thought so. What does timtare mean in this context? I'm less certain about, but it's definitely a timtare, right? And that's what we get here. It's a TEM. It's great. Let's see what continues. Like maybe it enlightens us. Per solventibus mihi ea qui per solvere. What does per solvere mean? I'm so confused. I thought it was a per solvere. Let's see what it says. It means to pay. Oh, right. Pay. Good. Paying is important. If you're tempted to pay, that's a good thing. Per solvere. Who we get viewing, by the way? Hello. Hello everybody watching that is on the chat. Good to see you. Persuadere, I think. That's what we get. Debetis sicum dictum. Okay. Sicum dictum, we know what that means. As it was said. Sicum dictum, not sicum dictum. What am I doing? I should know these words. It or a? I think it's a. No, a. Superius. We're right here. We're almost done. This is quite exciting. Going so slowly. TCEMDAR. This is the letters we have, and we have one, 2, 3 abbreviations. The abbreviations, what could they be? Maybe it's different words. It's very possible. Emendaret. Is emendaret paying somewhere? Emendare means to correct, to improve, to amend, to repair, to free from errors. Okay, emendare, emendavi. That could be something. That could be something interesting. Maybe it's terre emendare, meaning that they need to also improve the line besides working on it. Because this is AI and TE is terre. Emendare. That could be debeat. That works. Kun. Misu. Thank you very much. Hope to see you soon and good luck with your work. And thanks for the blog link. I'll check it out. And enjoy dinner. Goodbye. Misum Eredibus Vobis et Vostris Goodbye. Hope to see you soon. Do come back. Oh, by the way, I have a Twitter account. There's a Twitter link. It's like Olive and Palio. I'm gonna put myself going live there. So do follow it. I just started it today because I'm getting into the whole social media business. Ooh, hour? What's hour? Because it's not, I don't think it's gold. Aurum Libram. It could be. Just I've never seen. We're in Venice though, so maybe hour is gold. I'm suspicious just because I have not actually seen. What is this? It's cool. I've not actually seen any golden money in Milan yet in my research, which doesn't mean it's not there. Just I've not encountered it, so that's odd. And I don't think they came the golden. I know, right? Crazy rich mansion. Ayo, terrible. I mean, Venice is beautiful. I don't know if you've ever been to Venice. Very nice city. Very nice city, especially now. Now, well, maybe not right now, but as soon as like the lockdown eases a bit in Italy, it's the best time to go just because there is not many tourists. I went over the summer for a couple of days, again just because I was in Milan. Autumn, no, but it's an R, not a T. And it's nice and quiet, and it's beautiful, and it's great. Could it be autumn? No, that's an R. That's 100% an R. I don't want to get all excited and say it's a. It could be Auris. From saying about a year and a half ago, yeah. Okay. You mean overwhelmed by tourists and underwhelmed by what you saw? Basically? Yeah, those are both countries are very good. And I actually not been much to Piedmont. I've been a bit, but not super much. Umbria. Yeah, it is very small. I agree. I went when I was a child first, and it was like, this is huge. Wow. Then I came back to Naples. I was like, oh wow, okay, it is big, and there's lots happening. But it's all concentrated. You move in and out while you're around the whole city, and I forgot about that. That's true. I put Aurum, but I'm gonna put it in red because I don't think it's correct. Interesting. We've encountered before this hour. I found just the churches amazing, to be honest. The key attractions are really great, and even just walking around the city of Venice, it's something quite spectacular. I felt. Yeah. Okay, let's finish this. We're literally a line away. Libram, not Libram, and it's on red. I'm sure that's Libram. I see this all the time. Quinque. Why are you red? Come on, word. Behave. Is that IH? 8? No, I think 8. Maybe it's a habeat. Habeant. Habeant? No. Church are really cool. I've also been to some random church. Yeah. Maybe, I don't think so. Generally the bodies are quite. There are many saints embalmed in multiple churches. Not the same saint in multiple churches, but like maybe different parts of the body. You can have a finger. You can have the head. Like the head of Secatore of Siena is in Siena. The body is in Rome, or other way around. I think that's the way. That's the way it is. Which is interesting. Which is interesting. What is this? What is nat? What is NAT? Natter? What do we get here? You know what? I don't know. Natum? Yeah. But is natum to be born? Or to swim? In both cases, it's odd. It's an odd word. Yeah, we remember, right? I'm like, Also, this H. I'm gonna go for red a bit. Come on. Red. Bit. Unless it connects to the word before. Like. Anyway. In the next documents we'll understand more things, and then one day we'll be smart enough to just know everything. To just understand the strange things. I'm gonna move on to something else more soon. Fecerunt. Cartam in sua firmam. That's firmam, isn't it? Yeah. Permane. That's the end. Or that might be an R instead of a T. Narum. But no, again, the T, the R is a longer. The bottom of the R is longer. I don't think that's a T. Bottom of the R is longer. And I've been consistently like this for the whole document. Maybe it's a C. More than a T. Like the Elisa was saying yesterday. The C and the T being the same. It's fine. It's fine. There is signing the contract. He's selling someone. Ego. Okay, now we're getting his name. What was his name again? His name was Marcus. Ego Marcus. That's fine. Not a worry. Ego Marcus. Oh, M is an A. Marcus Capello. And I think he wrote that himself. That's his own writing. Pretty cool. Capello. In Miso. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's his emissary. Ego something. Capello. Ego. We met him before. We didn't meet him before. I lie. Ego. I cannot read the name. That's why I'm skipping the name. But it's the Molino. I think these are both Testius. Or not. I think it is. And there's also Testius. And then it's the scribe, I think. Ego Angelus Magno. This guy is full of himself. He signed himself as Angelus the Great. I should do that as well. When I send my emails, instead of saying Giuseppe Celico, I'll be like Giuseppe Celico the Great. That'd be quite fun. Clericus it. Doctoris? Is that DOT? Titolo. I will be honest. This is the end of the document. We have a few red dots here and there, but as you said yesterday, D'Artagnan, very correctly, most of them is not red. We should be happy. We should be happy with that. And I'm a bit tired of it. I kind of want to change airs. I don't know about you guys, but wouldn't it be bad to go to a new, more exciting document? I was thinking, by thinking I mean, unless you deeply desire to go over the red parts, I don't. Just because I doubt that I will understand more of it than I do now. The new plan instead is to start a new document, but it's a different one from a different period, slightly earlier, 20 years earlier, from a different location in Milan, from Varese. And the cool thing about this other document is that they are published. The transcription of this document I'm going to do now is already published, and it's this document, which means, oh yeah, one thing going on in the document we just looked, of course, I wouldn't mind explaining that. My understanding, let me bring it back up before I move on. My understanding is that Mr. Marcos Capello gave, here it says in gift, but it's also transactum, is giving probably a rent or a, what's it called? The produce of a vineyard, or two vineyards actually, because he mentions two vineyards that he has in Torcello. I'm not exactly clear to whom. Probably, let's see, to someone. He just says vobis here. Doesn't specify to whom. Actually, no, it's this guy. Domenico di Canale e Nubilane de Torcello and their heirs. So is selling not the vineyard per se, I suspect, but the produce of the vineyard to these guys, to this possibly a couple. It's a couple because there's Eios Cuxoris, you see? Put it right here. I'm looking at the document because it's easier to understand. Where are we? Yeah, Eios Cuxori. Vobis namque domini, Domenico de Canale e Nubilane Eios Cuxori, his wife, and Vostris, Heredibus. And their posterius is the same as, it's not quite heirs, but is, what's the word in English for posterius? The descendants. Yeah, so it's a sale, and it's selling for what, £5? 5 golden pounds. And then he has the rest of the document, if I'm not mistaken, is specifying what is actually selling, what is not selling, and what are the duties of the new owners of the produce. Does that make sense? Third Daniel, is that satisfactory enough as an answer? Great. Nice. That's important. That's a good question, I think. Thank you for asking me that. Because it allows us to move on with a bit of confidence that we achieved something today. Meaning, we get somewhere. I've already recorded in my database as a sale, that document. I think that's just what it is. Let's move on. Let's do the next one. And the idea is that I start this today, finish it tomorrow, and tomorrow we get a chance to look over everything and check how much I got right, how much I got wrong. because I already have the transcription, and I'm gonna show you guys the transcription. I'm not gonna have it open, of course, because I would defeat the point of practicing. But here is this document, already transcribed and published online, which is great. It's great for practice because it means I can do the same exercise, but then I have somewhere to check. So let's begin. This one is gonna be 15 times easier. I think you will enjoy it. Can you see? Is it big enough? Yeah, I think it's big enough. Okay, let's do it. Let's go. Anno Dominice incarnationis millesimo centesimo octuagesimo primo. You get a chance now, Dardaniel, to see the beginning of a document. The one before was from the middle. Die lune, it's Monday, qui erat quartus dies madi intrante. The intrante is a way to specify what part of the month we're in, which means coming in. I'm not an expert in the what's the word? In the chronological details they put everywhere, but intrante. I'm not an expert because I don't care, right? Like, I'm interested mostly for my own work in the year, because that's what I can use for data analysis. The month or a day of the month is it's too much information. Indizione quarta. Presentia infra scriptorum testius Behold, these are my favorite types of document, because it says cartam venditionis. It's a sale, you know? Before we read the whole document, go through our details, see if we can grasp the price somewhere and what's happening. Here it just tells you this is a sale. This is a cartam venditionis, is a paper of sale. Ad proprium fecit Guido. Look at that. Guido. Could be anything. Guido quondam Uberti. The B with the line across is a BR, as we saw before in multiple cases. Uberti de Porgeria de loco Vellate. Vellate, if you are interested in knowing, I'm gonna show you a map. I'm gonna show it on the map. Is right here. This area. So this is Milan, and now we're in the area of Varese. I assume you've been in this area and in this area in Venice. We probably didn't go all the way here. That's where my grandmother was from, by the by. She was from not Vellate itself. She was from Malnate here, but you know, the same area. As a child, I went there a lot. In that location. Anyway, Vellate is also the place where the monastery from which documents arrive is based, which is why you see a lot. De loco Vellate in domini arcipresbiteri Petri Ecclesiae Sancte Mariae del Monte. Tell me if I'm going too fast, Dardaniel and everybody else, because I can read this, which is quite fun. I get excited. I go very fast through it, and I will slow down and go piece by piece. I think that's a partem illius ecclesiae a partem illius ecclesiae, basically saying the SEO is to where is that? I just skip a word. Thank you. Yeah, I did. Cheers. Cheers, cheers. Nominative de Plato. Aha, yeah. Yeah, interesting you mistake the R's and the T's. Huh? That's something, bear in mind. You'll get used to it pretty fast. You're actually here, you're right. Look at this R. Look at this parte. You're very correct in this one. R's and T's are very similar. Just the R is a wee wiggle on top. But otherwise they're just like very like. Why don't I confuse them? I don't know. I guess I got used to them. That's interesting. What's Plato? This must be Prato. I think this is supposed to be an R, because I don't. Plato is not a thing. I'm gonna say that's Prato. Prato means meadow. Iuris. This is definitely a Iacente, broken away here. It's actually quite surprising how little of the documents are broken. Like most of them are quite intact. Maybe there is something on the side that's broken, but most of them just remain fine for 800 years. It really makes you think what expense they went to produce them. This is old cow skin, right? And it's always quite fascinating. We are here. Iacente in territorio de Vellate. Iacente in territorio de Vellate. Which means that basically the meadow is in the territory of Vellate. Et iacente ad locum ubi dicitur in muario. This is basically, they always say the territory, which is what I record because it still exists today. There's an area of Vellate, and then they say the specific location name, which is much harder. I think it's impossible to find on a map these days. Cui coheret amane et a meridie ecclesiae sancte Mariae. This amane et a meridie is there. It's basically saying you have a piece of land, and amane in the morning, or I assume that's east. At east, you have this neighbor. Towards the south, on midday, you have this neighbor. Towards the west, a sera, you have this other neighbor. And then a monte is north. Towards the mountains, the Alps, north, you have this other neighbor. And you see this, when it's a big sale, there is literally maybe 50 of these indications in a row. I skipped them. I don't need to read them all. But, you know, it's good to know that you're just gonna have half the text is amare, amane, ameridie, amonte. Yeah. The first time I saw it, I was very confused. A sera, something. Maybe it's Vellate or Valle. Probably Valle. I'm gonna say it's Valle. You mean the not the mountains? A monte Lanfranci Zavati, which is just a guy. Et de quanto? I actually know what the word is. Infra, I'm not sure what that is. Infra, where am I at? Oh, I'm right here, if you lost my line, as I did. Infra coherencias invenios potuerit in venius, de quanto infra suprascriptas. Look at this abbreviation as a fun one. ISTUS. It means suprascriptas, or suprascriptus actually, and you see it extremely often. Coherencias in venius potuerit in integro. Another. Yeah, I knew the one because I've seen it so many times. I must admit, I've done over the summer especially quite a bit of practice with these kinds of documents, because I had to. This is in integrum, the same. It happens all the time. The first time you see it, you're like, don't know whether that could be anything. Then you find it out, and that's easy. Et hoc, and this, hoc pro prezio de argenti denari terziolari soldis deci. Yeah. To me, that's a good way. That's true actually. They look like a bunch of CMUs. I never saw that. That's really funny. I always see just like I. It's like, what's happening? But yes, it's also a bunch of CMUs. These again very common abbreviations. You see argentum. We have aurum before. I think there might have been golden coins. Which is fancy. All the coins are generally with silver. Deci. So he's paying 10 coins, or 10 soldi, 10 shillings, I guess, which is 200 denarii? No. Yes, I think it is 200 denarii. Because each soldi, one soldo is 1 denar, and is 20 denarii. And then 1 libra is 12 soldi. Stupid conversions. I'm glad we are on the decimal system these days. A little bit easier. I know there are I don't know if you're the case that are doing, but I have some friends. They're like, we should go back to the medieval system of counting coins. I'm like, we shouldn't. It's a bad idea. It's gonna take forever. Hoc quod a. I think it's like the old world until the 19th century, actually, and in the UK was the case until 1960. I don't know if in the US. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe not 19th century. I might have been. In definitely UK was until 1960. I don't know when other countries dropped that way of counting money. But the name, we're talking about libram, the pound. The pound literally means libra. In Italian, we have the lira until the euro came in. So probably earlier they stopped such a crazy thing. But I wouldn't be surprised. They changed. Then of course we got the golden guinea in the 13th century, or I guess from Venice, as we saw, and from Florence and from Genoa, and that kind of shook up things a bit, but I maintained discounts. I need to read more on the topic for my PhD actually, but in this case, and for a long time, there was that 2012 one division. Quod a pertinet, because we have the pertin and this is it, the it, x. Where are we? Keep losing my line. Ex parte ecclesiae sine contradictione suprascripti venditoris et sine sine Yeah. E sine heredis et alicuius submisse persone. So I'm going a bit fast. What it's saying here is that they're gonna sell the thing for 10 coins, 10 soldi. Without any, and the sale is gonna occur without any contradiction from the above mentioned seller, which is Guido, and without, and then we're gonna get neither the heirs nor any of the submissive means, what's the word in English for that? It's not submissive, is, oh god, people that work for you. Hey Rafael, good to see you. Good to see you. We are up on the tail end of the stream, but I'm gonna go for another 5 minutes, then we can finish the document. Just explaining what's happening. What's the word for submisse in English, Rafael? You know Latin and Italian very well. Submisse as people working for you. Persone. Et promisit. We're here. Se venditur una cum suis heredibus eidem emptorim, the promise, and then they promise subordinates. Thank you, subordinates. Thank you, Edwin. That's exactly what the word is. I just couldn't come to my mind. It's crazy. You're right. It's subordinates. That weird. People working for you. What am I thinking? My brain sometimes. Eidem emptori. They promise as one person with the heir to the sellers, to the buyer, so emptori is buyer, and his successors, suis successoribus a parte ecclesiae suprascripte. Behold how many times we repeat the same things over and over again. But it helps you learn all the contractions very well, because you see them 5 times in a line. And you're like, that's what it means, and you never forget. Et cui dederint suprascriptum. I wonder if it's Platum like palace. Maybe it's just maybe they're selling a palace. No, it's not. I say Platum. Ad proprium. A little bit lost here on the side. Ab omni, I think that's an omni. Ab omni homine. Okay, yeah. They promise to the buyer and to the church he represents that they will defend the sale by and from, they will defend the sale from any man. Omni homine. This omni here is broken off. There's an O here and then it just disappears because the document is eaten away on the side. Defendere et guarantaere cum ratione usque in dupli et in perpetuum et ita. Where are we at? Ita dedit guardiam, which means promise, et posuit fideusorem. They promise to defend the sale Ooh. Okay. That's a good... What's planum? You mean just plain? I thought, you know what I thought, Daniel? I thought that is an R strangely written because at the beginning of the letter, of the word. That's why I thought it is Platon. Plano, planis. It does mean that. It does mean that indeed. Okay, good. Yeah, but it's just because it's strange. Because I've seen prato many times in documents. We're lucky because we can just check very quickly what it means because we have a transcription. But let's see if there's any. Because definitely the R generally comes as a R, as we saw here. But we no, it's heredibus. Maybe I'm totally wrong. We'll find out with the transcription. So let's finish it and then check, because I don't know. Planum, I never seen it before. That's why I'm a bit like, ooh. And also it's there's no N, nor any contraction that could suggest a planum. This pseuid is wrong. But you're right, it's a weird one, and I think I am wrong, to be honest. I don't think it's a pratum. I'm just hoping it's a pratum. It's one of those hopeful transcriptions, which I said I shouldn't do before, but I'm hypocritical. Henricum Battarini de Vellate. Just to explain further, it often happens that, not often, rather always happens, and when they do a sale, the seller also employs a guarantor, which is a fideus sorem. In this case is Mr. Henricum. Basically guarantee that after receiving money they're gonna vacate the land that they sold. And they're not gonna dispute it afterwards. Like, 20 years later saying, but this is my land, leave it. In duplum. And I think the fideus sorem needs to pay double the amount of the sale as a penalty if he doesn't protect the sale. That's why it says in duplum. Qua sic inter eos convenit. This is a con. The sign is always con. Then we get actum ad canonicam de varixio signa manum. I don't know whether there's two manums, but we have two manums. Suprascripti guidonis qui hanc cartam fieri rogavit et Anrici Patarini qui fid, just as feed by fideus sore, fideus sorem esti estitut signam manum quillicioni de puteo otonis dicitur. These are the witnesses, lots of names. Pukatova, strange names as well. I'll put comments. I'm running a bit over, but I kind of want to just finish this one and then tomorrow we can do something else. If that's okay. Pusce Ferrari de Vellate Testium. And then the final line, ego Girardus de. This MOXO I think is Morsolo, which is a place in the area. Iudex et misso domini Federici imperatoris. Of course, the notaries are always emissaries from the emperor, which is fascinating. You always see that a lot. Hanc cartam tradidi et scripsi. When I say always, I mean not for much longer than this, because then the Milan becomes a comune, a commune, not commune, yeah, commune in English, I guess, but an independent city, basically, more or less independent city. That's a document. Tomorrow maybe we can go over the further corrections, but for now, let's do this. Let's just check if Pratum. No, Frederick the First. Frederick the First. Frederick Barbarossa. Where is my? Where did I put my thing? Frederick Barbarossa. Transcription. Look at that. I'm gonna zoom in. Let's just check one thing, and let's check if, and then maybe tomorrow we can go through the rest if you're interested. Would you be interested in the Daniel Doom? Yes, Milan fought against him. Yes, with the League and beforehand as well. So in 1161, Milan rose up against Frederick and was completely destroyed. And it's great. It's not great. It was sad for them, but you see that in the documents from literally everywhere in the region of Milan, there's basically none for the 60s, 1160s. And why is that interesting? Because many people for a long time disputed that Frederick actually destroyed Milan, but I think there are more and more proofs like this, like commerce stopped, people didn't sell lands anymore because there was no land to sell, because they were in poverty, because land in the sea was destroyed. But when what happens is that it was rebuilt by the League of Non-Nations, by the Lombard League, and at the Battle of Legnano, they managed to beat Barbarossa. That was like the last time. They lost every other time after that. But it was defeated, and then Barbarossa lost, and then he stopped wanting to come down. There was a peace in 1187, the Peace of Roncaglia, where Barbarossa just gave up. It's complex as well because there was a time of schism with the papacy, and there was Alexander III, the Pope at the time, was supportive of the Lombard Leagues, of course, because the emperor was against him. So, quick history point. It would be fun to talk more about history on this channel. That'll be quite. I'm definitely up for that in the future. I must admit that I know some things, but also don't know. I am also ignorant on many other things. That's the truth. It's Plato. It's just Plato. I don't even know what it means. What's Plato? It's not even Plato. It's just Plato. It means. Yeah. Thanks, dictionary. Just look. It tells me it's about Plato. That's not very useful. They're selling one whole Plato in this document. That's not helpful. No. Okay. On top here we have the translation, the possible translation, and they say it's a Metto, it's a Prato. So it is written as Plato, but I guess it's just a sorry, picking up something that fell down. Come on, sorry. It is Plato, but it actually means Prato. So there we are. Wasn't I good? I was very fast in this document. I'm proud of myself. Thanks a lot for chatting again, Daniel Doom, and everybody else that watched today. Edwin and Raphael, and of course Lo-Fi Historian, which is very interesting. I'm looking forward to more of this. I think tomorrow's plan is to compare these two documents with the transcription, and I think I'll wait for you to come. Yeah, thank you for listening and for asking the questions. I think I'll wait for you to come tomorrow, Daniel Doom, if you're coming, to do the comparison. Maybe we'll do the F4 and do before that we can start a new document. What should we do tomorrow? Should we do, I think, more Basilica of St. Ambrose, because I'm right now analyzing those ones, so that'll be just good to get through more of them. Maybe we can do maybe we can do one from the end of the 12th, 13th century. Let's see how much things have changed in the 13th century. But yeah, on this note, I'm gonna go. I need to go to the toilet, I think. That would be very helpful. And what do I do now? I think I'm gonna do a bit of work. Bye, Edwin. Thanks a lot for coming by. Hope your Japanese goes well. And have a lovely evening, everybody. Have a lovely evening, and hope to see you tomorrow. Oh yeah, before I go, I repeat, I have a Twitter account. And I think there is a link on the Twitch channel. So do drop by, give a follow. It'll be fun. Bye bye.